Impact. Real human interest stories ranging from the ordinary to the truly extraordinary.
Hello, this is Rhea Gamana, and you're listening to Impact, the program which introduces you to extraordinary human interest stories from around Canada. The precarious conditions of migrant workers have worsened in Canada for years now. They are afraid to complain due to their status, given that they might get deported and are unable to get the protection they need. There have been discussions by advocates of policy changes to protect them. We will hear from 4 Filipino workers who worked at a mushroom farm in Ontario and their reasons why they came out to the public.
My name is Marisol Bobadilla. I am a OFW in Taiwan before I came in here in Canada on May 2012. I work in a peace plant worker, and then I recruited up here in Toronto as a mushroom picker. When I came here into Canada, I'm so excited. I feel happy because I can earn money to support my family back home, my children back home. My first day experience is very unsafe, very dangerous, because I have no idea how to pick the mushroom. That is my first day. I came here in Toronto to restore my working permit, so I have to learn how to pick the mushroom. So on the first day, it is a very hard when you are in the first time to pick mushroom. As a worker without working permit, without legal status here in Canada, I want to complain, but I'm scared. Like other worker there, we keep silence and we continue to work. Even we have no OHIP, we have no protection. We want to earn money. We keep working. Even the condition in farm is unsafe. I start working as a mushroom picker on December 2014 until August 2017. Regret because the agency who brought me in farm is the one who put me in this situation. I lost a lot of opportunity to go back home. I regret when I found that the agency who brought me in farm gave me a struggle in my life and lost my everything, lost my opportunity here to stay in Canada as a legal worker. I don't know the exact minimum here in Toronto, but I know that they didn't pay me as in a standard of minimum wages. I'm not happy. I'm not contented as a worker, because in farm I want to tell to the government, I want to be aware the Canadian public that in farm most of all the worker there is only a temporary. For us, for me, we have no choice. We have no choice because we want a working permit. We want to work legally. Even the job is very hard. You have to wake up early in the morning. Like me, I woke up around 4 in the morning and start picking mushroom around 5 in the morning. I experienced live in one house that with 5 person in one room. I experienced how to line to go to use shower because we are 17 people in one house. So I'm not happy, I'm not contented, but I have no choice that time. I want a job and I want earn money. I have to support my children back home, even I'm not happy. I used to tell to my family back home, but there's a limit. I didn't tell them that I experienced how to grab the mushroom. I didn't tell that when after work I can't eat because I'm tired. The sad part that I experienced, I didn't tell them. I don't want that my family back home feel sorry. I don't want that my children feel unhappy for me. I only tell that I pick mushroom. I lied with them. I didn't tell all the story behind when I'm starting working in farm. I'm tired. I feel I'm a criminal. My purpose, our purpose, just to came here to Canada is to earn money to support my family because back home we have no job there. We can We can't bring my children in school. We can bring my mother, father in the hospital. We can't afford. But I tired to work and to feel that why there's some people take advantage for the person, for the worker like us. I wanna tell to Canadian public, I wanna tell to everyone that your awareness that there's a story, there's a worker that like what I say, that people don't know. There's a big problem. There's a sad story that being a mushroom picker that they don't know. But we as a worker, we don't want to be like this. We don't want to end this situation, but we have no choice. So I came out because we're just simple. We want only to work as a legal, not undocumented.
Anong klaseng bayani ang inyong sinasabi sa dyaryo at TV? Ipinagmamalaki, di namin kailangang tawaging ganito. Di namin kailangan ang papuri ninyo. Kailangan namin ay respeto. Kailangan namin ay respeto bilang tao.
My name is Jessie Veneranda from the Philippines. From Taiwan, my friend contacted me that if I'm willing to work in Canada. Then I said yes, and then they process all the papers, all the documents like the LMO sent to Taiwan. That time I have only 1 month left my contract in Taiwan, so I need to forward my documents to Hong Kong because that time Taiwan is don't have a Canadian embassy. When my contract finished in Taiwan, I go back home to the Philippines, and January 2013, I received an email from Canadian Embassy that they need my passport for the visa. I go to the Hong Kong to bring personally my passport. First, when I arrived in Canada, I'm happy because my dream come true. At the agency brought me to another farm. I start working a week before. I start working that. Then they process my new work permit. I'm waited for 1 week before I start my work in the farm because farm is indoor, so the inside is slippery. Then you need to use the lorry so that you can pick the mushroom on the top from the third bed until 6th bed. So you need to use the lorry. The condition in mushroom farm is dangerous and unsafe because sometimes the floor is slippery, and then sometimes the machinery using for picking mushroom is sometimes is not in a good function. They don't give a proper training for all the mushroom pickers. Cannot complain about the situation in the farm because I know my situation, my status. So I start in Ravine Farm. I start working January 6, 2014 and end September 2017. So almost 3.5 years. I have a big regrets because I'm wasting time, money, and efforts that I'm for waiting the promises of the agency that restore my status. The agency just only give $10.50 per hour, 90 cents per piece. Compared to the farm work in year 2014, the minimum wage is $11.25 and their piece rate is $1.03. Unlike from the link for staff, they just only give us $10.50 and 90 cents per piece. I felt bad. I felt angry. I feel down because sometimes I think why I stay longer in that farm and why I stay longer under the agency. If I go outside and find another job, maybe it's not happen to me like this situation. To my wife and to my children, first, I miss you so much, guys. Even I don't watch you in your growing up. Papa work hard here for you, so that I can give you a better future. TM and Tiff, please guide your baby brother. I miss you so much and I love you. Just free for me that I can restore my status, and the Canadian government give me another chance so that if I am a permanent resident here in Canada, then I can bring you here. To my wife, always pray and be strong. We come out because I believe this is the right time to give the awareness not only for the G4 victims of the agency, but for the awareness of all migrant workers that some agencies exist already here in Canada. Their wrong practices, they exploit all the other migrant workers. So this is not for the G4 victims, it's also for the migrant workers.
My name is Myla Seguera. I worked in Taiwan before I came here to Canada on February 25, 2013. I came here with legal status at mushroom worker, Camp Belleville. Well, and after that, I went to Saskatchewan for a better opportunity to become a permanent residency. But the owner in Saskatchewan cannot apply the LMO because of the food industry crisis. So she sent me back in Toronto on December 30, 2013, and I met on January 2, 2014. Offer me first the caregiver. They give me two options for the work: the mushroom picker or the caregiver. I choose the mushroom worker because she said they have already LMO that time. My working condition in mushroom farm is very unsafe and sometimes dangerous. We have long working hours because we start at 5 o'clock in the morning and we finish at 11 in the evening. I told to my supervisor that it's already unsafe and dangerous because the health of any worker in mushroom farm. They say we cannot do anything. I worked for more than 2 years and a half, and I regret because I lost my chance to get a legal status because the agency told me that I can get the LMO. We keep on asking the agency about the status of our work permit, our LMO, and the agency told us it's on processing and keep on working. We trust the agency even we don't have a legal status. We keep on working at even though we're scared because somebody may know about our status and they will tell it to the CBSA, but still we keep going. And then they keep on promising me that after 24 months I can apply the permanent residency. I got a refusal letter from the CIC telling me that that my application was denied or refused. And last year, 2018, I found out that I am not eligible to apply for the permanent residency. It was maybe a mistake of an officer. They will find out or they will figure out what will happen. I was scared and afraid because I have the wrongdoings of working here in Canada. It's because of the advice, and we were vulnerable that time and we don't know where to go. I told to my family, my sisters, and my mother. They were so scared also, and they were upset about my situation. I told them if I go home, I will not be able to support my mother, who is a stroke patient today. I'm afraid to go back home because there's no work waiting for me there because of my sexual orientation. Here in Canada, they accept me. I can be what I am. That's why I want to stay here in Canada. We're tired of hiding. It's like we're playing hide and seek to any authorities because we are afraid to be caught by the authority working without papers or without status or legal status. And I want also to be aware because so many agencies, they are doing like this. They put us in the situation like this. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to be an undocumented. We don't want to be out of status. But this is what's happening to us because of those misleading recruitment and agency.
I'm Lourdes de la Peña from Philippines. I'm an overseas
foreign worker from Taiwan since February 2010, and my friend asked me to apply here in Canada because he told me that even if I work hard and harder in Taiwan, I cannot get the pay that they give here in Canada. They will pay me three times more here in Canada. I'm just thinking that I need to work, need to save, need to send money for my family, for my mom who is already 83 years old, to help my family back home. I decided to come out because I am tired of hiding. I am tired of being paranoid. I want to stop their operation. I want them to suffer and feel what I feel, that we, the mushroom picker, the J4M4 feel, that we just want justice. We just want legal papers to work here, and then what they did to us. We want the government of Canada that we have this kind of abuse and exploitation. I am tired of hiding. We want every Canadian people and all the migrant workers to be aware of the abuses that we migrant workers experience, to be heard by the government, and they must do something about it. Not just for us, the justice, the J4M4 or the justice for mushroom, but for all the migrant workers that suffers and still hiding. This is not for us. This is for all of us. So speak up, migrant workers who suffers like this. We don't deserve to be abused. We just want legal papers to work with this country.
Anong klaseng bayani ang inyong sinasabi? Kayong naging sanhi ng aming pagkaapi.
Tigilan na ninyo ang pagkukunwari at kami hindi na palolokong muli.
Natututo na kaming lumaban, matututo pa kaming lumaban. Ngunit hanggang ngayon nagbubulag-bulagan. Kayong naririyan sa pamahalaan. Maglingkod kayo, mga walang pakialam. Sa aming paggawa ay nakikinabang. Ngunit hanggang ngayon nagbubulag-bulagan. Kayong naririyan sa pamahalaan. Maghanda na kayo, mga walang pakialam. Migranteng Pilipino ngayon lumalaban. Migranteng Pilipino ngayon lumalaban.
What will happen to these migrant workers? How do community advocates see this situation? Are there any solutions to eliminate labor trafficking and illegal recruitment? Please tune in next time for the Part 2 episode of Justice for Mushroom 4.
Impact is a production of VX3 Exchange, featuring the stories of extraordinary people, sharing their stories again and again at vx3exchange.com or our social platforms at VX3 Exchange.